But I was just watching an episode of Vanderpump Rules, while you came up, and they were sending their feet pics to old men to see if they could make any money. They made $340. I was like, whoa, but they're famous. So they were like, well, we thought we were going to like pay for somebody's nose job, but really we can't really even go to dinner with this, but okay. And they're like, but we're proud. We're loud and proud. I was like that's kind of funny, but
like a feet pic? Are you kidding?
Personally,
would you do a feet pic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you really want that? I have a really big toe. Like not really probably somebody's.
That's a long big toe.
It is a long big toe. Both my parents have it. Oh,
my
now I'm
second,
self-conscious. Maybe I wouldn't send them.
Welcome back to Straight Candid Podcast
with Sid
and Soph, where we take pride in normalizing taboo conversations, saying the wrong thing, drinking too much caffeine, and talking too fast.
Here at Straight Candid, we live unfiltered. No edits, deletes, or drag and drops. Just two Minneapolis girls who hit record and keep it candid.
Let's get into it.
Hi, Grandma.
Are we going? Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
I'll tell you that Bill has COVID.
Oh, great.
Oh,
You're
Bill.
kidding me.
No, but I don't.
Oh.
I tested negative.
Look at you.
You're a machine.
I'm so excited about that.
I know. You're defying the odds, Grandma.
I am. I've been, this is the third time I've been exposed to it, and I don't have it.
That's called a badass bitch right there.
Yeah, no kidding. I was so excited. But I kind of thought that he had something going on because he's had this really bad cold, and that just doesn't sound like him. You know, I have that chronic bronchitis thing that makes people afraid to be around me. But he has a cold, and it's been over a week.
Well, I'm glad. I'm just glad that you're healthy, and I'll call you after we record. But I'm recording right now. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad you called.
Yeah, call me later. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bronchitis.
I know that chronic bronchitis that just drives people nuts and makes them not want to be around me. That's what she says.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. And yes, I can call my grandma a boss ass bitch and she doesn't care.
I love it. We got to get her on the podcast eventually.
But I don't know if that's a good idea because she was born a while ago. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll say the same stuff about my grandma because she would definitely say some things that I'd have to correct her on. And like, Grandma, you can't say that anymore. No.
I'm like, every time I'm like, Grandma, no, please don't. Oh,
no.
And there she goes. She's yelling at the freaking waiter or waitress or whatever. Yep. And I'm like, or I have to correct her. I'm like, Grandma, that doesn't matter as a part of the story. Oh, God.
Hi, guys.
Hey, and happy Thursday. Welcome back.
Not sure why we started with Sid's grandma, but I don't know. We just felt like it.
You know what? My grandma had something to say, so we gave her space. We leave space here for candid conversations. Oh, yeah. That was candid. You guys, we're so excited for this week. We got some info coming your way.
For sure. And we hope that everyone had an amazing week. Obviously, some of you had Monday off because of Martin Luther King Jr. In fact, we did as well.
Yes, we did. We just wanted to take a second and leave some space and give some grace and moment for Martin Luther King Day. Just because he was an amazing human being who made a lot of moves in our history. And if you don't know something about him or haven't learned something about him this year, please go Google and find something more about Martin Luther King Day.
I was actually on my drive here.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this and you can find his full speech on Spotify.
Oh, on Spotify?
It's really cool.
I didn't know it was on Spotify.
It's his whole speech. So if you've never actually listened to it, give it a listen.
He's an amazing speaker.
But obviously it's way more than just a day off. So just keep that in mind. We still have a long place to go to reach full equality. So have the conversations, join the conversations, Google. Do some research.
Less than 100 years ago, we didn't have the same bathrooms. Yeah. That's psychotic. Yeah. Anyway, so do some research, learn, and you know what to do. But just taking a second to appreciate Martin Luther King Day. Where do we want to even start today?
Well, where do you think we're gonna start?
Straight Candid moments. Sick as how.
You go first.
Do you want me to go?
Yes, because mine kind of relates to the topic.
Okay. All right. I have some things to say. So I actually quit my job.
Hey!
And I can say that now. I no longer work at the company I worked at. I quit and you know what? Fuck it. I'm starting a position at Lifetime Fitness Corporate. If you care, if you want to know, I'm doing branding and marketing management. I'm really fucking hyped, but I get this week off. So I'm breathing. And you know what I did today? That. I went to Home Goods.
You got some shit done.
I did. And you know what? I fucking took my time looking at pillows. I compared every goddamn pillow on every single shelf in there. And you know what? I'm glad I did. And I'm happy that I did.
Just a side note about you quitting your job. What? I think it's a funny story to share of this was, I think 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
We were about to record the podcast and Sid was like, yeah, you can come in just so you know I'm on a meeting. So I walk in and I hear Sid being like, I had a great time here. This is a great company, but I got to put my 2 weeks in. And I'm sitting just at the door like, oh my gosh, I'm literally witnessing Sid quitting her job.
She was around the corner while I was on the phone with my boss.
I listened to the whole thing. It was so cool.
I saw her little eyes perk. I'm like, hold on a second. Yeah. So anyway, I'm like focused, but I pretended there was a UPS man coming to the door because I didn't want to say, sorry, my co-host is here. Like awkward. But I will say, it was a really good company and a really, really good job. It's just time for me to move on to the next step. That's the gist of it entirely. So anyway, I said F it. Thanks. I said F it. And I went to Mexico this past weekend. And you know what? I don't give a crap. Okay. I booked the tickets when they were super cheap. And I was one of 2 girls there.
Oh,
with
really?
a group of 14 guys.
Oh, God.
3 of the girls backed out last minute. So I was like, oh, so I got there and I'm basically just hanging out with the boys. I'm one with the boys. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine, right?
It's the usual.
I had so many fucking Coronas. It's not okay. They just kept throwing back the beer. Oh. And I'm like, you know what?
Corona has a different word these days. Beers?
Corona, beers. Okay. Sorry. Whoopsie. Okay, not that Corona. Don't worry. We all tested negative, so it's all safe. But 2 things. First thing, the guys, majority of them are single. That's totally fine. They were peeping on a house that was down below and they were like, oh my God, yeah, there's some hot chicks down there. I can totally tell from far away. They get down there. One, it was a bunch of MILFs. So I was like, okay. And they decided not to go for that. And I was like, that's fine, whatever.
Jordy just in the room. Jordy in the background just nod his head. MILFs.
He was just nodding his head. Anyway, we had another neighbor and they went down there, knocked on the door. The girls came up and I was like, you know what? It's fun. They're having fun. It's all good. And I'm sitting there. I'm laying out on the beach or on the pool deck and I'm just chilling and I can hear the conversations going on. And this one girl's like, yeah, I just tested positive for COVID. And I was like, I sat up and I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, I just tested positive, so I can't go home yet. And I go,
stay away.
I'm like, so you came over here to the house with 16 of us? Well, no, I think it's a false negative. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm sorry, but Mama Mode, you gotta leave. Like, I had never gotten close to her, but I'm like, are you dumb? In order to go home, I have to get a negative test. And she came and like put us all in jeopardy. Luckily, none of us got it and nobody was close enough anyway. But I was like, what in the hell are you doing? People's brains. I'm like,
my girlfriend just got stranded in Mexico.
No way.
They made her stay in a hotel and they would feed her food like through the door.
No, they would not.
Because she couldn't leave because she tested positive.
Stop. Can you imagine that isolation though? That would be freaking hard and not be able to come home.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so that was just one story. But anyway, I'm so excited. We get dressed up. We're going to a fun dinner. We're going to Nobu and in Cabo. It's beautiful. It's like a once in a lifetime dinner that you're going to have. So everyone has to be on their best behavior, right? And we're, everyone's like, sober and like, oh, it's all good. We're all dressed up. We get there and we get to the table and half of us are over here and half of us over there. And the guys kept yelling, oh yeah, you guys are the boring table over there. And we're like, whatever. I'm like, I'm sipping my martini. I turn around and they're on another bottle of wine. And then now they're on another bottle of sake. And then I look over one more time. Someone's sleeping on the couch at the Nobu. I'm like, this is a 5-star restaurant and they're asleep next to the table on the ground.
And you don't even get to enjoy the food.
No, and I go, oh my God, you're kidding me. And the guy comes over and I turn around. One of them's smoking his e-cig. And the guy goes, sir, you can't do that. This is a nice restaurant. And they look over at him, at the guy sleeping. And then they just turn around. They're like, they just pretend like they didn't see it. But I'm like, you wasted the best dinner. Not only that, but I'm like, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
Asleep at Nobu. Like, what are you doing?
Classy.
It was just so... Anyway, long story short, they lived their life. They had the best time ever. But yeah, they were turned up. One with the boys this weekend.
You're like, this is how boys vacay.
This is how they vacay. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious because if you could, I wish there was a photo I could show, but he'd kill me if I shared his identity. But asleep, just straight up at a restaurant. Like went over to I should say that there was people sitting at the other side of the table because it was 2 couches.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so he basically was like made himself at home next to Tim and Tammy. Good Lord. Anyway, Mexico was amazing. It was a great getaway. And I'm glad to be back though, because I just like being home in my own bed.
And we got to do the podcast
yeah,
now.
we get
so
to do the pod. Anyway, that's my story, and it was
glowing.
really fun.
You're glowing. You
Thank
look
you.
like I'm so jealous. The boats that you guys were on looked like an amazing time.
It was pretty amazing. And you know what?
Did it make you want to travel more?
Yeah. Well, I want to be home for a little while, but yes, I
Like
can't wait to
solo
travel.
travel?
Yes, very much so. I talked about it there too. But I will say one note before I like close this off. It was my first time going on vacation with friends where I didn't feel like I needed to do what everyone else did. Like example, if everyone wanted to go ham and drink their little booty cheeks off, I didn't feel like I had to.
Good.
Like I just enjoyed being there and being in the sun and having wine when I wanted to and
Love
whatever.
that.
So
and because
anyway.
it's like all guys and you don't, it's not like your girlfriends that are like, sit, drink.
And they're like, come on, drink. And I looked at them, I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so
thanks for sharing. I'm glad you had a fun time.
It was fun. I think there were some other stories, but I actually got them cut because of identity, and they were like, "No, you can't tell that." And I'm like, "All right, fair enough, fair." So
damn,
I know it is what it is.
You gotta tell me after.
Yeah, I will. Okay. Wait, what do you got for me?
My straight candid moment. I have a few too. My well, I broke dry January. You guys,
you did not.
Did you not see my text?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did when I was gone. Oh, okay.
But okay, because I went on a date to a nice restaurant and with a boy. I usually have nicknames for guys where I'm like, he's, maybe I'd call someone like, if he wore like blue jeans all the time, I'd call him blue jean boy or, like short boy. But this guy, I've realized I don't have a nickname besides the boy.
Wait, I thought you did. Well, do you have a fun one?
But that's between me and him.
Oh, okay. I won't say it.
Yeah, no, you can't say it.
I can't say that one. Never mind.
That's cringy.
That one is quiet. I go, yes, you do. And I'm like, I almost said it.
Yeah, I guess I'll give you a little update, I guess. So I did go on a successful Hinge date, you guys. And
say it loud, say it proud.
Say it loud, say it proud, because I was totally against the whole dating app going on Hinge dates because I like to know some common ground with the person before. And I found out there was a mutual friend. So I went on the date. We had literally 20 minutes to power date.
It was after I came to your class.
Yes.
Too. And you're like, I gotta go. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Everyone's like, are you nervous? I'm like, no. Because I honestly go into dates. I'm like, I'm going to see if I like them. I don't give a shit if they like me. Like I'm the one testing the waters.
I love that mindset.
So I was like, no, I'm not nervous. But anyways, we show up and what defines a good Hinge date? What defines a good date? Thanks for asking.
Oh, wait,
no.
I've never been on one.
I literally wanted that question asked, so I'm going to answer.
You should have told me to ask you that. I was going to ask why it was good, but I didn't get there. I didn't want to interrupt. I was giving you space.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tried to give you space too at the beginning. Did you notice?
You did a good job.
I was like, but I could do better. So we had 30 minutes and it was like a banter.
Okay.
So we both had like ADHD brains and it was like one subject to the next subject, back to the first subject. And it was just, he was funny as hell. The banter was there and he was sexy. So like, what else do you need? And
you
then
found a good guy.
Ever since the Hinge date, we've literally hung out every day since.
You guys, I want to meet him.
It's bad.
It's time for me to meet him.
Like I'm leaving after this to go hang.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Are you actually?
Yep.
Have you guys done the?
No.
Good for you.
Wait, I like when you push questions because you can never ask too much because I'll always.
Well, I never know about that, but
no, we're taking it slow, boy.
Good for you. Wait, that's great.
I mean, we've kissed. Yeah, he's a good kisser.
No, but it's because I think it's so easy, especially when you like meet someone new, to have that that really intense spark. So you want to just like rip each other's clothes off.
It's so really funny you say this because I have been so deprived of like human touch that I am like extra touchy and like I definitely want more than what I've had.
Yeah.
Like what we've been doing, but like I'm trying to be so good.
Wait, that's great
but
though.
It's like I was like, sometimes it would be smart to have like a side hookup. So you could like completely just, oh yeah, we're just hanging, like sexual tension stays there. But I'm doing good. So anyway.
No, you're starting this one on a good foot. You're kind of like, I don't know, everything that I've heard about this said man that I can't name, I like about him. He's smart and fun.
Yeah,
and
let's
he's
not talk about
vibe.
this. I'm scared he's gonna listen. Let's move on.
Okay, sorry.
But I mean, it's good things.
Well, it wasn't overly. You haven't given me TMI.
Yeah.
You just have given me like, this is who I was hanging out with because I was like, where are you?
But it's also scary, and like because I am really picky, like I'm just waiting for something and I need to stop because I know I cannot be thinking that way.
Remember what we all said today?
And I hate telling people about new guys because I'm like, what if it ends and then
they ask again or whatever.
Yeah. But then the straight candid people, they get to hear it.
Well, here's the thing. You can't wait for something bad to happen.
Yeah.
And remember what I told you this like a few months ago, right? Mm-hmm. When I said your brain will never be like prepared for something bad to happen, whether you mentally quote unquote prepare for it and think about it all the time, or you don't. It's not going to be better or worse.
Yeah.
And that's like scientifically proven.
Yeah.
So you worrying about it is not going to help you be in the moment at all. So just live it. Fuck it.
I know.
Be in the moment. Enjoy it like a little love. Like,
ooh, baby.
Ooh, God, you got me up feeling all tickly.
Hey. So yeah, the candid moment was that I broke dry January because I had a glass of wine, and then that looped into the Hinge.
There you go. I'm excited that you had a successful Hinge date, because that will give like a little bit of, pep in the step for some people.
Exactly. Yeah. If you need a Hinge, do's and don'ts and profile stuff, go to episode 38, by the way.
Yes, we talked a lot about that.
I have an issue though, because I honestly was never going to tell anyone about what I'm about to tell you guys, because I am really exposing myself.
What are you about
I literally
to tell
wasn't
me?
even going to tell you. I wasn't going to tell anyone about this because
what are you about to tell me?
Because I felt
right now?
really guilty and bad. And it's
Will you
funny
please tell me?
because it happened a week ago.
Okay.
And then you bring up, we should talk about sugar daddies. And I'm like, oh God, I'm going to have to expose myself.
Get there. Hurry.
Okay.
I'm
it's
nervous.
It's not what you guys think. Like I didn't go to seeking arrangements, blah, blah, blah. But there was obviously girls on Instagram. We get the DMs. Some are real, some are fake. Like, oh, you be my sugar baby. So this one guy has been messaging me for months. I've never replied, but he's like very adamant and like kept raising the price.
Do you know him?
No. All he wanted was a picture.
Of what?
Well, what do you think?
Oh.
So he was like, $2,000.
I'm like, oh God.
I would never reply. Never replied. I never gave him a time of day. And if you guys know anything about my life right now, I'm a little bit broke. The other day he slid in and was like 5,000. And at one point I was like, you know what?
You were like, fuck it.
I go, how can you prove you're going to pay? I responded that. And he was like, let's talk on Snapchat. I'm like, okay, fine.
On Snapchat?
Because I don't know, like maybe they flag it. I don't know. I didn't do my research. So we're on talking on Snapchat. Then I literally added a random man on Snapchat. You guys, this is
what was his username? Like ZXYWVT?
Yes, it was like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
I can tell you. So like, I'll expose him. It was like JM like 347, like Jimmy Jim, or I don't know, something like that.
God, I'm
and you guys,
creeped.
just so you know, like as a woman, like I'm like, I have so much respect for myself, but like when you're like, I'm like,
when you need,
like,
I mean,
and
listen.
I wasn't, and I still hadn't done anything yet. And he is like, okay, like you have to prove to me that you're gonna send one. And I'm like, well, we both don't trust each other, so I was like, send me half up front then. And he was like, he was like, just send me something, like doesn't have to be crazy, so I know you're going to send something. And I'm like, okay. I literally have folders of nudes.
What? You do? No, you don't.
Well, I mean, I have like my eyes only on Snapchat. It's like a little folder in there that you can hide photos.
What in the hell are you talking about? I didn't even know that existed.
I always cut my face off. I've sent it to a few boyfriends when I've had like whatever.
Okay.
But I had one photo.
I didn't even know that existed.
I had one photo in there that was kind of funny. I was in my pajamas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was like, here's me in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing showing.
Yeah.
Nothing
whatever.
at all. But like it was a thin shirt. I was in like short, tight pants.
Okay.
And I sent him that to prove that I was going to send something for $5,000.
For $5,000.
I can't believe I'm sharing this. I'm going to go to jail. And he
okay.
He opens it.
No
response ever.
No, stop.
I just sent him, old man, a pic of me in my pajamas.
Okay.
Still nothing. Did I receive anything? No.
I don't know.
Besides, I literally stared myself. I literally looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
I can see you holding onto the sink and being like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're dumb. You're not dumb. You're not dumb for doing that. But
that's what I like.
Especially, okay, desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Also,
I can't judge that.
Like, as a woman, all the shit we go through, the least we can do is like, okay, you know what? I'll use my looks for something. Like, if you really want to do something with it, go for it. Like, it's all you. Like, it is your choice. I mean, I will say, like, I will probably never, ever again do that in my life. Like, I thought, like, a one-off, like, quick 5,000, like, nothing bad. Like,
that's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money. Like,
that's 5 months rent.
But the thing is it didn't feel you good. It didn't make you feel good doing it. So it's like, you know, like how you felt in the risk of it.
Felt disgusted.
More so like that he won't respond or won't do it.
Yeah.
It's like greater than the non-risk, because you're jumping to platforms and shit. Did you block him?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
And if you're listening to this and you're judging me right now, by the way, fuck you. Don't listen. Because this was... There's probably,
I don't think anybody's judging you.
I will say there's probably way more people out there that have done something like this that just won't share it.
So many people that have had a sugar daddy.
That's the point of these candid conversations, y'all. We expose ourselves. We're real. So I sent a pajama photo. Oh, again, covered, but still,
this
I felt
is
stupid.
random. But I was just watching an episode of Vanderpump Rules, while you came up, and they were sending their feet pics to old men to see if they could make any money. They made $340.
I was
like, whoa, but they're famous, so they were like, well, we thought we were gonna like pay for somebody's nose job, but really, we can't really even go to dinner with this. But okay, and they're like, but we're proud, we're loud and proud. I was like that's kind of funny, but
like a feet pic? Are you kidding?
Personally,
would you do a feet pic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you really want that? I have a really big toe. Like, not really probably somebody's...
That's a long, big toe.
It is a long, big toe. Both my parents have it. Oh, now I'm self-conscious. Maybe I wouldn't send them.
My second toe is longer than my first.
You could probably really grab a tree branch. You might be closer
I really could.
Ancestry to the apes.
Wow, guys are getting off by this.
Oh, God. Oh, great. Did you know... Okay, this is random. Sorry, but just random thought. Did you know if your forehead protrudes more, like on the eyebrow line, your ancestors are closer to apes? Like closer than to the ape, like what is? Oh God, generation. Sorry, that's not the right word. Evolution. Okay, but goodbye. I took human anthropology. Oh my God, anthropology, human evolution, like 6 years ago. Goodbye. I'm not talking anyway.
What did that have to do with anything?
Nothing. I have no idea.
Love that.
I don't know. Oh, because you said long second toe, and I said you could swing from the branches, and then I was like, oh, Sydney with a fact. Okay, get me off the mic now. I'm done. I quit.
Oh,
Goodbye. I'm sweating now.
So I'm crying.
Before, okay, let me breathe.
Okay, rewind.
I have a few random hot take questions that I have to ask you because they're things that have come up, and I've realized that I'm likely going to keep doing these because I have shit that goes through my head that I'm like, this is either going to end up on Mars or I'm going to say it on the podcast.
Yes, okay? Get it out.
First is a screenshot from somebody who asked me a question, or asked us a question, I should say, and I read it. That's the only reason I said me, but I can't tell what I would answer. And I just thought maybe I should read it to you and see what you thought about it. Okay. Gotta find it. Hey. Okay, so this girl goes, I've been seeing this guy for a month or so, and the other night I stayed over at his place, but didn't plan for it, so I didn't have any toiletries. Being that we just started seeing each other, I wanted to brush my teeth and make sure my breath was minty fresh. So I asked him if he had an extra toothbrush that I could use. Instead, he offered me his toothbrush and said it's not weird that we would share because we kiss all the time. Am I the crazy one for thinking that this is totally gross to share toothbrushes? And I wanted to see what your response was.
Oh gosh,
because it's not like a straight candid moment, but I wanted to know what your response would be.
So like, would I share it? Okay.
This is a hookup, by the way. This is like you're not like quite there yet.
Even with like my boyfriend, I don't want to share a toothbrush, even though I've probably swapped a lot of saliva and a lot of fluids with them. But like, I still wouldn't want to use their toothbrush in my teeth. I would rather use my finger and mouthwash and like. I wouldn't do it.
I have done this. I'll admit to it. Like in college, I did do this once or twice. And then I got so grossed out because the person had bad breath.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you can use my toothbrush.
Absolutely not.
And I was like, I don't think I can do that ever again. And plus, wet toothbrushes gross me out. Don't ask why. They just do. That means like they just used it. Now you're using it.
Like cold.
Like ick, right?
Also think about all the bacteria on your tongue.
Okay, no, that's enough. Gross.
Okay, I like that hot take.
So just wanted to know about that. Okay, the second thing is it wrong to read the text of the person next to you on the plane if they've got their phone sitting out?
Why? Was someone doing this?
I don't know anyone.
It is absolutely not wrong.
If they've got their phone out way in front of you,
I would do it.
I try not. I tried not to on the flight.
I try to.
I like close my eyes, try to watch my TV, and then I'm like, fuck, what are they talking about? No, I can't look. I shouldn't look. I should not look.
I for sure try to.
He's texting that girl again. I can't look at this. I can't.
He probably wants you to see it.
No, but they had their phone out like out here. I'm like, it's further, almost like they're putting in the seat in front of them. I'm like, okay, I'm going to read it. Sorry.
I do.
So you would.
If you really didn't want someone to read your text on a flight, like, you would hide it, or you'd have like okay, question for you.
What?
When people have the screen that is like the fancy where you can't see it when you're sitting next to them because you can only see it if you're like right in front of it.
Yeah.
It's like black if you're to the side. What do you think about guys that have that? Like, what if your boyfriend had that?
Jordan does. Not on his computer, on his phone. But he like gives me his phone. It's not like he's hiding anything. Okay. Like really, like literally, he literally hands me his phone and I can go through it and read it all.
I was like,
I will say, I had an ex that had that and it was being used to hide things. So it can go either or. Jordan is also like kind of like a little creature in itself. So that's just like, he doesn't really apply this.
You're like, I have no worries at all.
I'm really worried. I mean, maybe I should be, but maybe I'm just cocky. Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I love it.
I'm being funny today. Okay. Final thing I wanted to ask is because
what should we call these? Like Sid's Candid Thoughts. Okay.
Candid Thoughts. Because they're just like, what's our opinion? Mm-hmm. This one is weird.
Okay, the words that you have written down.
I know, don't read it. Don't look away. I'm drinking a beer. Okay. Actually, I'm drinking a beer with somebody and they're sitting across from me. This happened, by the way. And the person has froth in their beer and it's like, really frothy at the top and it's not going down. So the person takes their finger,
oh my gosh,
wipes the crease of their nose down, like getting their finger oil or their face oil on there.
I've seen this.
And swirls their finger in the beer. Is that normal or no?
Yes, I've seen that a lot, especially when you're doing, what's this called? I can't think of it.
Beer pong.
No.
A beer bong. Isn't it a beer bong?
Why can't we think of?
Yeah.
What?
It's a beer bong.
Oh, beer bong. I thought you said beer pong.
You're like, no, that's beer the game bong. With the ping pong ball.
Because you want the foam to go down. I'm pretty sure I did it because I thought it was cool.
Oh,
like in college, I was like, oh yeah, did you know this makes the foam go down?
Yes, at St. John's, like when I first started drinking, like they're like, hey, this is how you get rid of the foam is you do this.
I thought it was so cool.
That's so disgusting. I thought it was normal. That's so gross.
I would agree.
Now that we're out of college, it's like, what the hell are you doing putting your face juice in the drink?
Would you use your own nose juice in the drink?
No, heck no. God, it makes my stomach queasy.
I'd probably use my own nose juice.
Yeah, I've never used someone else's.
You've never thought for a second been like, my face, icky?
No,
wait, what did you say?
When you do beer bong, the person taking it, there's someone standing and holding it and they get the foam down for you. So then you take your nose juice, twirl it in there.
I'm going to throw up.
I've never done that.
Dex is like, nasty. Please don't ever say that again.
I will say I'm always the one giving the nose juice. I'm not the one taking the beer bong because I suck at taking beer bongs.
Have you done this, Marcus? No, he's shaking his head no. I just don't. No, I don't know if that's normal.
No,
it's icky. Okay, so I just wanted to see because I knew people maybe had done it, but I just wanted to see what people's opinions are because the person I was like, what are you doing? They looked at me like I was crazy. That I don't do that every time.
No.
I'm like, Grandpa Gerald.
That was like a college thing. Like
I thought so
we're
too.
We're adults now. We can just wait and let the foam.
We're old and we're strong.
We're patient. We can let the foam sizzle down.
Just take your time.
We're
let that foam froth.
It's all good.
Froth it up, baby.
I also have one more thing since we're talking about like candid random thoughts. Do you guys remember me telling the story? If you're a straight candid like die hard, you probably remember this. But remember after our class event that I hopped on the random guy's motorcycle, that one dude that came to our class. So since then, his name's Jeremiah. Shout out Jeremiah. Love you.
We love you, Jeremiah.
He listens every week. And he comes to my class every day at Barry's.
He's the mom.
So we've become like really good friends.
And his twin brother.
Yeah, and his brother. Joel, also shout out. But anyways, I just think it's so funny to share that he's been listening like since a year ago. And now we're friends. And now I'm going as his +1 to a wedding in a couple weeks. Or
that'll be really fun.
Maybe in February. So yeah, I'm excited.
You guys will have fun.
It's just so funny to like see how we've grown.
I'm gonna have FOMO.
You should come. Want to crash?
Yeah, kind of.
Wait,
when is it?
Oh my God, you should actually.
Really?
Yeah,
for real.
That'd be.
I have a flight voucher.
Okay, let's talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
Because Jeremiah would probably like love it if we both came, right?
You and me in the bed. We've got the robes on. He's like, what the hell are you doing?
Can you get us a glass of water,
please? Thank you. Just kidding. We love him. He's the best. He's the nicest guy. Okay.
So nice. Before we get into a straight candid listener moment, we have a little something.
Oh yeah, we do.
We always know what we're talking about when I say something.
When we say a little something.
Roses are red, violets are blue. We love shaved balls. How about you? Valentine's Day is coming and we know just the gift to give to that special someone for any and all special occasions. This V-Day, it's time to give him a gift that 4 million men worldwide trust from Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. use our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code CANDID20 for 20% off plus free shipping.
Did I mention that it's waterproof too? Now he can shave anything and everything in the shower so you can say goodbye to any left behind hair in the sink. I'm like, what? Hair in the where? Treat him and yourself to the formulations that will have him smelling good, okay?
This package also includes the Weed Whacker noses and ear hair trimming to whack all the worst of his weeds. Manscaped even threw into 3 gifts: their shed travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs to keep his boys stored comfortably.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code CANDID20 at manscaped.com. That's CANDID20 is the code. Gift his Cupid an arrow from Manscaped this Valentine's Day. That's so pretty good.
I love that.
Okay, honestly though, that's a really good gift idea for Valentine's Day. It's not in like a high spending ballpark. What?
We got to do an episode about Valentine's Day soon.
I know. I wrote it down on the thing. I wrote it down. It's down below here. But I'm just saying, we'll give a few tips and tricks probably on like what gifts would be good. And maybe we have to ask the boys what they actually would want. Would you want something from Manscaped for Valentine's Day? Marcus is nodding his head and Jackson's like, hell to the yeah. I agree. I think it's fun. Okay, cool.
All right. Lastly, before we wrap up, you guys, we have a Straight Candid listener moment.
Yeah.
They wrote this in. It's not related to sugar daddies, but it honestly made me laugh really hard. Wait, did I share this? I'm going to be sad. Wait.
Oh no, did you favorite the wrong one? Oh no.
Did I ever share the Disney? I think I did. I can't reshare it.
I don't remember that.
I'll share
know
it.
What you're talking about.
The hookup story and he turned on the Disney radio.
No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
You guys,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to share it anyways. My friend told me I had to tell y'all this story. So craziest hookup story. I had been really feeling this guy for a while. He was cute, fit, and on the sports team at the university. You know, the type. Ooh. He takes me back to his dorm and we were whispering because his roommate was asleep next to us. But he was like, nah, don't worry. I'll put on some tunes. He won't hear anything. He's a super deep sleeper. So I agreed and he started playing Pandora on his speaker. This man turns on Disney radio to set the mood. And at first I thought it was a joke and he was being silly until he started to try and hook up and be all spicy. As I'm processing what is happening to the next song that comes on is The Circle of Life by Lion King. The one that starts, Hasabenya, you know the one. I burst out laughing. I could not stop. He 100% wanted to hook up to these Disney songs. Long story short, I ended up sleeping over, but nothing really happened. I snuck out.
What in the fuck?
I snuck out the next morning.
You guys,
I didn't share that?
No, I have never heard this before. Sorry, I just squeaked in the microphone. I'm shocked.
I think I have deja vu because I think I read that and died laughing and shared it to whoever was by me at the time because I was like, I need to share this on the pod.
Who in the flying F would stay? Oh yeah, hey, we just banged Disney's radio, but he's so hot. Like, no, where's your Mufasa stuffed animal?
It's so funny.
Like, where, you know what I mean? What are we watching? Finding Nemo next? Like, geez, what's going on?
The better question is not why did she stay, but why is he playing Disney that? Radio?
Well, even if that, it's like, get the hell out. I'd be like, this is weird.
Do you have a sex playlist?
No, but I have like things I would go to if I needed it.
Yes, like a little spicy.
Yeah. Spicy. Like I would know a song that I wanted to
I know
listen.
all you listeners have a little spicy playlist. Listen,
I'll
Linda.
tell you one thing. Little Mermaid's not on that playlist, okay? Like holy crap. I am so disturbed. I don't even really like Disney movies or anything. Sorry if anyone hates me for that.
Sexiest song you think of right now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. I was going to say WAP. That's not a sexy song, but it is like kind of like a women's empowerment song.
I don't have one
I would say one of the Weeknd songs, like his OG albums, like, from way back when. Yes. He's got some sensual songs, I feel like.
Chris Brown, I feel like, has some too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. But sometimes he just like gets in my head and I'm like, he's not a very good guy.
Oh, true.
Anyway. You guys, we are likely going to have an event with Lululemon coming up on February 5th. I just want to get that out there, get it to the crowd. In the morning, we'll likely do a workout and it'll be for Women's Day. So
I love
men
that.
and women, of course, welcome. You guys, we're empowering the women around us, but that's our plan.
Support women.
Mark your calendars, more information to come. It'll be real fun. Okay.
All right, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. At Straight Candid Podcast, please email us your Straight Candid moments and Straight Candid advice at Straight Candid Podcast. Wait, Straight Candid Podcast at gmail.com. I said that backwards.
Our DMs are getting a little flooded, so you can message and DM us if you want. But if it's something that you want to be shared on the podcast, definitely shoot us a email, like Sid said.
Email. At Candid Sid.
At Candid Soph. Please go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. 5 stars.
Yes, you can.
We got Jordy and Marcus in the house, by the way,
thanks for being here.
Love you guys.
Our boys. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A little sweaty.
Look at my palms sweaty. I just realized I sit like this the whole time in the pod. Like, I need to like sit up.
I literally looked down and I was like,
oh my God. It's so sweaty.
Why?
Just from holding the mic.
Were you holding it for a long time? Oh my God.
This was me. I was like,
oh my God. No, I realized I was like this. My pants are about to bust.
Zipper up.
Gotta zip. You gotta blast.